What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys, on the channel. In today's video we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played Southampton away from home, guys. And yes, guys, it was the most depressing game to watch, and I'm going to be talking about the game more in this video. We are not going to be analysing this game just due to the fact that I did not watch this game, and I've said this in previous videos that I have no Wi-Fi in this house. So yes, guys, let's get straight into today's video. So we made 6 changes from the last game against Crystal Palace. Talk about the starting 11. So we started with De Gea, Young, Jones, Matic, Shaw, McTominay, Herrera, Pogba, Fellaini, Lukaku and Rashford. Firstly, my thoughts on that starting 11. Firstly, why is he dropping Martial after the great run of form that he's on? Secondly, why is he playing Matic and Jones together as centre-backs? Because both Smalling and Lindelof are both injured. Lindelof we knew about since after the Crystal Palace game had finished. Smalling picked up an injury in training, so that's why both Matic and Jones playing as centre-backs. Obviously Jones is a centre-back, but Matic really is a CDM, he's a central defending midfielder. So really, it got told to drop back deep and also to play more as a centre-back, and which forced with Pogba, Fellaini, Herrera and McTominay playing together, but we also had somebody else there as well. We changed this formation a couple of times in the game. We first went to this 4-1-2-1-2, then we went to 5-4-2, which meant they put McTominay as a centre-back as well. Again, just doesn't play in centre-back, it's not his position. Then they had Pogba, Fellaini, Herrera, Rashford together. So as you can see, the title of the video, guys, and the thumbnail of this video is all about who is to blame. Is it José Mourinho and the players? So as you guys are aware, Manchester United went and drew to Southampton. More points being dropped. It's another draw. What's going on? Well, I'll tell you now for a fact. José Mourinho said in one of his press conferences not too long ago, and he said he wanted a top 4 in January. We are now in the month of December, the month where it's going to start getting busy, the month where all my videos are going to be coming out quick and rapid. Mourinho wants a top 4 next month, obviously for the new year. Now, I'll tell you now for a fact, the way how we're playing right now, we ain't going to get a top 4. How do we change this? Well, defensively, for a start, it needs to definitely change, because we can see, you know, since the beginning of the season, the defence has just been weak. The attack not been good enough this year. Going forwards as a team, we've been lacking something in the final third. It's been a problem. We're playing too slow on the attack. There's no urgency. There's just no heart. There's just no passion. There's just no pride. And there's just no hunger in the team. We're just not good enough as a team at the minute. If we think we're going to get a top 4, we need to buckle down Manchester United. And this is why we're playing Southampton. Southampton are in the relegation zone, and we're drawing to Southampton. Within all the teams, we have to go and draw now to Crystal Palace and to Southampton. It just shows that how Manchester United are approaching these games, thinking that, yes lads, we can cruise through all these games. We cannot cruise through these games, because it's always Mourinho's tactic. It's Mourinho's tactic where he says, right boys, these should be easy, just sit back, and then when you get the opportunity, start creating chances, score goals, and we'll go from there. And that, which means allows the other team to come back into play, to get on the front foot, to put us on the back foot, and we're playing absolute. If we think we can get a top 4 by January, that's José Mourinho saying that. Buckle down, Reds, because what we're showing right now, atrocious. We're a disaster this year. There's a virus in this club, from the board to the dressing room, from top to bottom, there's a virus. And I'm sick to death of saying this, day in and day out. There's just no team spirit in this whole team. And if Ed Woodward thinks that we're going to succeed this year and try and get a top 4, sack manager. Sack him. It's simple as. But you won't sack him, Woodward, because it's all about the profit. So start thinking, right, and make your decisions. Make your decisions. We either get rid of him, José Mourinho, or it's just the players to blame. Let's just answer this question. Who is it to blame, José Mourinho or the players in this one? Both. It's a mixture of both. Because firstly, Mourinho, his tactics. It's the same old tactics in every single game that we approach, we come into. It's the same tactics from start. We cannot play with a different system. If we had a different manager in, we'll be playing with a different system and a different style of football, a different way to approach these games, a better mindset, a better mentality. Come in these games and we'll absolutely do them. Physically, mentally, and the mindset will be up there with a different manager. But with this absolute tosser who doesn't know what he's doing, we're going to play like that day in and day out. We're playing Arsenal next. How are we going to approach this game? I don't know. All I'm going to have to say is this: we need to hope for an Arsenal lose. Because if Arsenal lose, that's where their concentration just goes downhill. All the heads will go down. But then they'll just say, we've got to go again against Manchester United. They'll talk about, before the game, getting on the front foot, Havertz on the back foot. It's the same over and over and over. This is where we can get a new manager, a different system, and we'll be a much better team. Look at Arsenal from last year. They were an absolute shambles. But this year, it's Manchester United. They got a new manager, and they're playing 1,000% better. Are we? No, because José Mourinho, it's the same tactics. Day in, day out. So if he wants to change this, and if he wants to start winning games, and if he does want to win trophies, buckle down, José Mourinho. Turn to Michael Carrigan, turn to Kieran McKenna. When on earth are you going to start getting when to start the right starting 11 and the right mix? When are we going to start doing that? Because if you want to start doing that, please start Martial. When are you going to have the brains of who to start? Martial, you dropped him in this one. He's been in great form, he's scored in every single game, and he didn't score in this one. And he probably would if you probably started him. You know what I mean? Lukaku scored, Herrera scored, and if you probably started Martial, we probably would have won this game. But you put us in a position where we're 7th in the table, we're not picking up points. We've dropped 4 points against Crystal Palace and Southampton. 2 weak teams, 2 teams that are in the bottom half of the table, 2 teams that are near the relegation zone and that we can't beat because we are underestimating these teams. It's this day in and day out. Sick to death of this club because we are just not good enough. We are just not good enough. And practically everything I've covered in this because we're just not good enough. United need to buckle down now. Approaching Arsenal Wednesday night in the UK, which is Thursday here for me. And if we want to win that game, go for it from start to finish. There was no fight in this game. There was no urgency. There's no enthusiasm in the team. There's no energy. There's just no desire. There's just nothing. There's no team spirit. There's no fluidity. Just please do something about it. But he won't know because it's always about this. It's always about this. So if he wants to start doing something about it, please start doing something about it, Mourinho. It's the same day in, day out. I'm sick to death of this club. We cannot play like every single club. We can't play like Liverpool. We can't play like Chelsea. We can't play like Tottenham. We can't play like them because it's the same Manchester United day in and day out. We can't beat simple sides now like Palace and Southampton. We're dropping points. The only competition that we're taking seriously right now is the Champions League. We're winning games. We've lost less games in there as well. We've only lost 1 game. In the Premier League, we've lost too many. We've lost to Tottenham, we've lost to Brighton, we've lost to West Ham, we've lost to simple sides. And we've drawn to stupid sides who we should be beating. It was the same thing last year. Dropped too many points, and by the end of the season, we might end up 40 points behind the leaders. And Mourinho never had his heart in Manchester United. He's never had his heart into Manchester United. His heart was set on Chelsea and Real Madrid. He doesn't give a toss. Once he walked into this club, he did not give a toss. He's won 3 trophies with Manchester United. The Community Shield, the Europa League, and I think the FA Cup, if I'm right. He's won 3. It's not good enough. And if he wants to win trophies himself, buckle down. And if you want to stay in this club, buckle down. How do we go from a draw to a win? Pick the right starting 11. Play with urgency. Play with energy. Get the desire back in the team. Get the confidence back up. Lift it. And it's something to do with that dressing room as well. It's something to do with his tactics, what he is saying in the team talk. Change it, but he won't. You have to change it. And this is how we're going to have to adapt from the Southampton to the Arsenal game. We need to play with a lot of fight, a lot of passion, a lot of pride. But we have to play with heart. We have to play with hunger. We have to play like we played against young boys, that we're up for it, that we want to win the game. But we didn't want to win this game against Southampton until we came back, until we scored 2 goals. Yes, we scored 2 goals, great, 2 goals by Lukaku and Herrera, but it wasn't good enough. How are we going to do this? We need to bang our heads together. We need to sort ourselves out. It's just not good enough. How are we going to go from this now? I don't know. But we've got to have to buckle down now, Manchester United. I'm sick to death of this club, and I'm sick to death of doing these videos just for nothing as well. Sick to death of this. And if we want to start winning, get back to winning ways against Arsenal and put them in their misery. And I hope they lose tonight. And I tell you what, Reds, if we get a win against Arsenal, I'll be over the moon. But I tell you what, we need to buckle down, Reds. I'm out here. Peace.